Hello, welcome to Tuesday, April 7th. I'm just going to go through a few things today and then let you get working on your outline and introduction. Remember yesterday we talked about the prompt and the rubric. Review that if you'd like. It is available on the Synchronous Classroom Live. If you go here, click on it, the recording is still there. But today I want to focus in on the introduction, what you'll need, and then the thesis. So remember, for the introduction, there are three parts that you'll be writing. You'll need the hook, the background information or transition, and then the thesis. So that part is due tonight at midnight, and I'll show you an example of that in a little bit. Then you will also need to make sure you have a well-written thesis. So the thesis is going to be that last part of your introduction. And in the thesis, you want to make sure you have the identification, the claim, and the direction. So for mine, it was the identification, what's it about, since Okonkwo's wife, first wife, and then what is the claim? The claim's coming here. Chinua Achebe showed that everyone was affected by the introduction of the Western ideas into their society. And then the direction, I'm going to show that she lost both a husband and a son. So I put that all in there, and that will be the last sentence of my introduction. If you take a look then at the example I gave you, it's in Files, and then click on the Literary Analysis Outline for Things Fall Apart example. That should bring up this PDF. On this PDF, it's the same thing I gave to you in your assignment yesterday. They have the outline. What I've done is I put in my answers that I'm doing for my essay. So if you take a look, I put the introduction at the bottom. I won't read the whole thing for you, but this is what you will be writing for tonight. It has the hook up here, it has the background information of the transition, and then it also has the thesis, and I put that in bold. You do not need to use red, but I would like you to boldface your thesis so you can show that you have that in there, and I know what you're stating is your thesis. Then the second part of your assignment is going to be to fill in the outline. Now, I filled in one part. You probably should be able to get two, maybe all three parts filled in before the conclusion. But as far as what's due tonight, I do want you to have that introduction done, and then you have to have two of these things done. If you can get all three, that's great. I just did the first one to show you what you're going to be doing. So here is my main idea. It says character's sense of identity before encountering Western influence. So Okonkwo's first wife saw herself as a typical Igbo woman, running the household, supporting and serving her husband, and raising, caring for, and protecting her children. So that is my main idea, or what I'm going to show in this paragraph. Then what I did is I looked for textual evidence supporting that, and I found some. In chapter 14, I found a couple of pieces of evidence, and then in chapter 2, I also found another piece of evidence. So what I did is I typed those out, put those in quotation marks, and then put the page number down. Notice I have page of chapter because I used the online version and it doesn't have pages printed on there, so I just use the page, whatever page it was, of whatever chapter. You can do that if you're using the online version. Otherwise, if you have the book, just put down the page number in parentheses. All right, so both of those things are due tonight. You should be able to get two, maybe three of the main body paragraphs or outline done with textual evidence. You will need to have the whole thing done before you start working on the rough draft, and that we will be working on tomorrow, Wednesday. All right, like I mentioned, if you go to Synchronous Classroom Live, you'll see a link to yesterday's lesson, so you can pull that up if you missed parts of it or if you just want to review. And then I did put a new fun thing I found in the general section. If you go to general, week of April 16th or 6th through 10th, on Tuesday is the Instagram post from Divine Savior, and it shows the male teachers who are not going to shave until we see you back in school again. So have fun and take a look at that. If you have anything to share with the group, if you find something fun or something interesting, or you have a talent you want to share, send that to me and I will put that up there as we go along through the week. Well, I hope everything goes well for you today. Keep working hard. God's blessings on your day, and we will see you live tomorrow.